I rise to support this bill.
One second. Sir says it's getting louder. Decibel level has to be, is getting louder, sir. Yes, Mahesh Jethmalani.
Sir, Dr. Singhvi, in his opening remarks, said that he made a lot of uncharitable comments, that this was a bill, Hunkar ka natija, his exact words. He also said that we were Alice in Wonderland, constitutional arrogance. All these words were used, but I found very little in his speech regarding the legality or the constitutionality of this. I'm reminded about your lordship, my honorable chairman. Very difficult to wear two hats on the same day. Honorable chairman will recall, with all his eminence at the bar, there's an old saying.
You are the third senior advocate.
Yes.
I am listening for the day. And trust me, I will go home and read every word of each of you have said and privately get back to you.
It will be a deja vu moment for you. Anyways, we used to have an old saying in court that when a lawyer is strong on the law, he hammers the law. When he's strong on facts, he hammers the facts. When he's strong on neither, he hammers his opponents. A lot of that has happened today. So I come to Mr. Chidambaram has said that he'll not deal with the law in this matter. I don't blame him. For some time now, he's forgotten about law and compliance. So I don't blame him. Now, sir, let's come to the constitutionality of this bill. So the constitutionality of this bill is to be found in the Constitution itself. And that is 239AA. And I'll just read one provision. It may be a little pedantic for most people, but I'll just read. After all, sir, the Union Territory of Delhi is sui generis. The Supreme Court has said so in the 2023 May judgment. But when it said it was sui generis, which means unique, it meant that it was a sui generis union territory because it was the only union territory which had the privilege of having both a state legislature and a council of ministers. It is not a full-fledged state. That may be unfortunate. It is a sui generis, i.e. an escalated union territory with more powers than other union territories. Now, the provisions of the Constitution reflect that. If I may just read one article or one sub-article, 3B. Nothing in subclause A, which is the powers of the Union Territory of Delhi to legislate. It says, nothing in subclause A shall derogate, which means depart from, the powers of Parliament under this Constitution to make laws with respect to any matter for a Union Territory or any part thereof. Now, look, this is wide. Sir, this is wide. This is widespread. This is all-encompassing. It covers union list, state list, concurrent list. The union government can make powers, notwithstanding that there's a vacuum, on any matter in any of the three lists. So the ultimate power of the Union Territory of Delhi still vests, notwithstanding the fact that it's a sui generis union territory, ultimate power vests in the union. That's point number one. Now, so what does the bill do? This really is a battle about control of services. It never arose in the past when Sheila Dikshit was the Chief Minister of Delhi, a reign which Mr. Chidambaram proudly flaunts. There was no question that she never thought that it was necessary to give Delhi full statehood in all the 10 years that she was in power. She never gave Delhi full statehood. Apart from that, she never thought it was necessary to have a provision like this because since times immemorial, and particularly since 1991, when Delhi got that sui generis status through 239, ever since it got there, it was almost accepted. It became a matter of convention that the powers of control over the services would vest in the union. And it did in fact happen. That was because the seat of government is New Delhi, of the union government. Parliament is here. Foreign diplomats are here. Embassies are here. So the seat of power being in Delhi, control over services in Delhi vested in the union government, and it passed muster over successive administrations. It was never questioned. Now, what does this bill do? This bill actually reflects the sui generis union territory status of Delhi. And I'll just read one provision. 45E is crucial. In the matter of transfer of postings and transfer of the services, 45E creates a new body. It creates a body, an authority known as the National Capital Civil Service Authority to exercise powers conferred on and discharge the functions assigned to it under this part. Now, that body, the constitution of that body, reflects the sui generis nature of the Union Territory of Delhi, as also the fact that the ultimate control rests in the Union government. So the authority referred to in subsection 1 shall consist of the following members, namely the Chief Minister of the Government of National Capital of Delhi, who shall be the chairperson of the authority ex officio, and the other two members will be, so the Chief Minister of the Government of the National Capital Territory of Delhi is the ex officio chairman of the authority that will deal with postings and transfer. The Chief Secretary of the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi member will be ex officio, and the Principal Home Secretary, Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi, will be the member secretary to the authority. So the three-member authority will consist of the Chief Minister and two high-ranking bureaucrats from the center. This authority fully reflects the nature of the relationship between the Union Territory of Delhi and the Union government. This is reflective of that. Now, sir, what is the reason for this departure, if I may say so? This has been going on, as I said, since 1991. Control postings of services is within the jurisdiction of the union government. I see none whatsoever. The only change of circumstances that seems to have taken place, if I may use an analogy from cricket, with the respective parties who are chiefly concerned with this change, AAP, Congress, and the BJP, is that the Congress, who never had any problem with this issue about control of services, has now, like a batsman who has lost form and hasn't scored a half century for 10 years, is now seeking an alliance so that it can inch towards its first 50. The AAP is like a cricket team whose captain has been caught ball tampering. A vigilance report exists, and suddenly they want to become vigilant about the vigilance report. The BJP's present government is the third umpire. We want to stop this nefarious practice. A convention, a wholesome convention for better administration and for effective administration of the Union Territory of Delhi by the Union government now needs to be made into law, lest people subvert the services and hide their corruption. I wholeheartedly and with all the vigor at my command support this. Thank you, Chairman.